What's up, everybody? Big Kirk 916, getting down fresh out. And we want to say thank you for being a part of our team over here on YouTube, for being a subscriber, a supporter, somebody who's a Wig Flip member. We appreciate everything you've done as we move forward. And in our next phase, we would like to invite you to join us on our Patreon movement. And in this movement, we're going to do something that's unprecedented. We want to build a fresh out facility that you can come and participate in, that's going to allow you to pursue your dreams, whether they're in photography, whether they're in music, whether they're in personal training, whatever it is. We want you to be a part of that and be successful in whatever you do. If we could just get half of you guys to come in, become a part of our Patreon, we could start this movement and start this build out of this facility that will have music production, video production, personal training, opportunities to do welding, auto mechanics, construction, you name it. We'll have people be able to come in and teach courses, people being able to guest speak and share their entrepreneurial success, and all this will be accessible to you as a member of our Patreon team. Now, our goal is to reach this by October, which will allow us to go and locate a building, do the build out, pay for overhead costs, hire employees, and get the ball rolling. So we wish that you guys move with us on this goal and become a part of our Fresh Out family on Patreon, so that together we can pursue these dreams, our goals, and all of us into the future become successful together. Big Kirk 916, Fresh Out. I just want to say, I know a lot of people have a fantasy in their mind about Hollywood and about, being famous and what it means to be an actor and all this stuff. And I just want to say, man, there's a lot of things that a lot of people in Hollywood don't tell you, and you're not going to hear about until you experience them. As far as just the casting, the so-called, securing a role in the movie, maybe even selling your script. You think that you are somehow talented and gifted because you went to maybe film school, NYU or USC or some other school, and you took a script writing class or production class, and you genuinely want to be in the industry. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. What you don't know is a lot of the people who have made it in a short amount of time most likely have relatives that are in the industry, and those relatives have opened up doors for them, allowing them the chance to get their product out there and make their project. But if you're not related to somebody through nepotism, and you're not tied in, I don't care if it's your cousin, your uncle, your nephew. If you don't have any type of connection, it's hard, man. And a lot of people are gonna try to steal your ideas and not give you anything for them. I know numerous people who have gotten paid, who have sold scripts, 10,000, 20,000, upwards of 50,000. And what they do is there's basically they have the rights to that script, and they're given a certain amount of time to produce that movie or that show. And if they don't do it, it reverts back to you as the owner. So there's an option in it, there's a clause. But usually that could be 7 years, that could be 10 years. So if you're lucky, you got 5 years, but usually it's 10 years. And so they can shelf your script for X amount of time, and then by the time you get it back, it's not even relevant anymore, or it's a period piece at that point. But these things happen all the time. You have a lot of people that will offer you this money and for the simple fact they're going to make something similar to it. So by the time you do get your script back, they've already came out with a movie that was a knockoff of your movie, and you have no way of really proving it. And if you do, get your script back and you could try to prove it, good luck, because of the legal fees. And what happens is these people just usually have you settle out of court and you go about your way. So you never get the money that you expected to make, and you don't get the credit. And if you don't get the credit for the movie, then it's like starting from scratch every time. I know guys who have sold scripts outright and gotten 25, 30,000, which if you're out here from out of state and you don't have anything and you've been hustling and you get 30,000 or 100,000 and you get no credit for it, that means like if that movie's a hit, you don't get any residual income. You don't get any mailbox money. So you basically sold your soul, man. You gave away your product. So this stuff happens all the time. We've been in situations where Fresh Out, where people have said they love what we're doing, they love the idea, the concept, but they wanted to basically give us a check, take creative control, take creative credit, give us no producer credit, and say the show's theirs. And I didn't do a decade of my life in prison, from juvenile hall to the federal pen, to just say, hey man, here you go, you can take my soul that I've sacrificed and reap all the benefits. So, people are scandalous, man. There's no, it ain't like in business where if you have a degree in finance or accounting and, you do the math. Hollywood doesn't have that kind of math. You're talking about a lottery ticket, and it's whoever they want to get a lottery ticket to. Females, the Weinstein thing never surprised me, because I remember going on auditions, and these were auditions for regular TV shows, not porn. And girls would say, some girls are like, I'm not going to go in there and show my things. And another girl would say, I'm going to do what it takes to get the role. And there would be a room full of hot girls, and casting directors. And this is what they did. This is, how they determined who they were going to get a role to, man. Everything in Hollywood is a cold trade-off, man. If it's not a trade-off for economics, it's a trade-off for sex, man. It's always something being exchanged. And, seeing a lot of these grimy guys who I've seen just through even the porn industry, and how they have places for girls to stay, and then they say they used to produce this, or remember that commercial, that was my commercial. And, they're like, oh my God, I can hook you up with my friend. They always say they have a hookup, my friend, my buddy, my associate. And before they give you that hookup, they want to bust your cheeks. So it's nothing for free. These guys are doing stuff because of the kindness of their heart. It's scandalous, man. And it's just what they do out here, Oh, you can stay in my house. Oh, why are you getting a part? Where you live at? Oh my God, you can save. You're paying $3,000 a month. Oh, you can save all that money. I got a guest house in the back. Nobody's staying there. Blah blah blah. But late at night, his old wrinkled ass is gonna want to come over there and bust your cheeks. And if you're a dude, he's still gonna want you to bust his cheeks. So it's always something, man. Sometimes you do get somebody who's genuine. Maybe they really want to see you succeed because they see something in you, and they feel that maybe, this is their way of giving back because they've already made it, or they've screwed over so many people. But a lot of people, man, there's always something undermining to what they're giving you. It's always something they're trying to bait you in with to, make you assume that it's a great opportunity, but then you have to give something up. And I've seen a lot of these girls, staying with these guys, and I'm like, so the guy doesn't charge you rent? You're staying in this big ass house over here off of, Sunset Plaza or Hollywood Hills, and the guy lets you drive his Mercedes and do this and that, and he doesn't want nothing? Man, there's always something, man. These girls, they're not gonna tell you everything. You know, even guys. I've seen guys staying with dudes, you know, and I'm like, damn, dude, this is like a $8 million house, and the guy lets you drive his Range Rover. Oh, he's a good friend of mine. And I'm looking, God, man, what kind of, I mean, I need a friend like that, man. You know, as long as I'm not giving up my butt, you know, but it's always Hollywood, man. It's a powerful place. Money, it's a tool like anything else to get what you want, to leverage. And if you've never been around it and you are not used to having it at your access, the people that do, they know what they can do with it. And that's one of the things that you got to be careful of coming out here, you know. You got to have somebody lace you up, man, so you don't get taken advantage of. But those are just a few things, man. On the Patreon, I'll get into some more detail, man. But Hollywood is not what you think.